Okay, I'm going to soak the rice now in hot water, and I will leave it for whenever I'm ready to start cooking the rice. So I won't need to parboil this rice. Okay, this is to help it to be grainy, not to be too mushy. So that's why I won't be parboiling this rice. I'll just soak it in hot water now and leave it. Okay, so let me show you guys the list of the ingredients that we'll be using for this jollof rice. So this is our bell pepper and onion mixture. These are tin tomatoes. I have five tin tomatoes. Then I have this fresh tomatoes and onion. So this is going to be for garnishing. I'm just going to slice them and pour it after cooking. Here I have some ginger, some garlic, and some fresh turmeric. I have some onion here. I'll use one of this onion to steam my turkey. Then the remaining two will be used in frying the tomatoes for the jollof rice. So for our spices, I have some bay leaf. I have beni. This is optional, okay? You can make use of any type of spice you like. I have some nutmeg. I have some curry powder. Excuse me. I have some thyme. I have rosemary leaves. I have this jollof rice seasoning. I'm just adding it because I have it, okay? I have some salt. I have some vegetable oil. And I have some seasoning cubes. So this is chicken flavor and this is beef flavor. I just want to combine the both. Okay, so you need to season your jollof rice very well, okay, if you want it to taste good. This is actually dry turmeric, but I won't be adding it since I have the fresh one already. I also have some fresh habanero peppers. To season my turkey, I start by blending all my marinade together. I blended the ginger, garlic, the turmeric, and habanero pepper plus onion. After grinding it, just set it aside. Just grind half of it, like half of the ginger, the garlic, and turmeric you are using. The other half of it, you are going to add it to jollof rice. So after grinding it, set it aside. Next, add your other spices and seasonings. Here I added some curry powder, I added rosemary leaves, I added thyme, I added the Benny chicken seasoning. Just add everything, add every spice you want. After adding it, pour in your marinade, throw in some bay leaves, stir everything together and let it start cooking. Now, while we are waiting for the turkey to finish cooking, I went ahead to blend the other half of my ginger, garlic, turmeric, and habanero peppers. I also added the rosemary leaves because I don't want to see the large chunks of it inside the jollof. So I prefer to blend it with my other things as marinade. Just blend everything and just set it aside. So next thing is just to prep your onion for frying the stew. While at that, keep an eye on the turkey. You know, one thing about making party food is like there's a lot of multitasking. Like you have to do many things at the same time. Okay, just try and get many things done as much as you can, unless you have someone helping you. Okay, so I was just I was slicing the onion and I remembered I needed to stir my turkey, so I came to stir it. Now I remember I need to open my tin tomatoes. So just try and prep things and just work according to your own pace. So here my tin tomatoes are open. So the next thing is just to start frying the stew for the jollof rice. Now to a heated pan, pour in some oil. You need a lot of oil, okay? Because you are making large quantity of rice. It's not the same as the usual small quantity, 2 3 cups of rice we normally make. So don't even be scared of adding oil. You need enough oil to fry your tomatoes. So while the oil was heating up, I decided to just get my oven tray ready for grilling my turkey. Now the oil has heated up. I poured in my onion. I also threw some bay leaves into the oil. It gives it this good aroma, this nice and beautiful aroma. I just threw in some bay leaves there. Stir everything together. When the onions are translucent, start adding in your pepper mixture and let it fry. Continue frying for about 10 to 15 minutes. Next, you add in your tomato paste and fry them together. Remember the multitasking thing I told you about? Yeah, you need it for this recipe. When you're making party stuff, you need multitasking. Like you need to know how to multitask. So here the turkey became ready, so I transferred it to my oven tray. And while I was doing that, I was also stirring my tomato and my onion mixture just to prevent them from burning. After transferring the turkeys to your oven tray, grill in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You may prefer to fry yours, okay, but grilling is just the best method for me. You can also bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So continue frying your tomatoes until it becomes very fried. So the question is, how do you know when it is fried? So there are two things you should look out for. One is that the oil at the top will become very, very transparent. Okay, should I say transparent or translucent? Yeah, I just want to say that the oil at the top will become very clear. See like how it becomes like very separated and yeah, very transparent. Okay, that's how the oil at the top will be. Next, when you scoop up the tomato, you notice that it will still be frying even while you scoop it up, so that is a good way to know that the tomatoes has fried well. Another thing is, do not over fry it, because the more you fry, the more deep the color will get and it will tend to go away from the popping red color to begin to move into ox blood, or just dark red, like brownish red, and this is not going to make our jollof to pop. Okay, so just make sure you don't over fry your tomatoes so that we retain that popping red color. So the next thing is to wash your soaked rice. Wash it several times and change the water. Just continue washing until the water becomes very transparent as well. So now here is where the jollof magic will happen. I need you to pay full attention here so that you can master this recipe. It is a lifesaver. So pour in your meat stock inside the pot that you want to use to make the jollof. Next, scoop in 1/3 of your fried tomato stew. I said 1/3, okay? Just divide it into three with your eye. Then add one part of it, which is 1/3 of it. Add it into the stock. Then pour in the blended ginger, garlic, and habanero pepper mixture. You can just add a little water, like just rinse the blender and just pour in a little quantity of water. You don't need a lot of water for this jollof rice recipe. Next, I added my other spices. I added my nutmeg. I added Benny chicken seasoning. I added the jollof rice spices. I added my seasoning powders. Just add whatever you want to add at this stage, but please be very very conscious when it comes to salt. All of the spices I added, they have salt. Okay, they have salt of its own. So if you add the normal salt you would add, it may become excess. So please just be very conscious. Don't add too much salt, just add a little at this stage. You have time later to add more salt if necessary. So after adding everything, just let it come to a boil. When it does, add in your rice, your washed rice. Just add it in, stir everything together, cover with a foil paper, and reduce your stove to the lowest. Okay, so this is another thing you need to know. After adding in your washed rice, look at the level of the water I have in there. That is what you should aim at, just a little quantity of water. I don't need it to be over the rice a lot. Just cover it and turn down your heat to the lowest and let it steam. Okay, we are literally steaming the rice. So here our turkey has finished grilling. So the next thing is just to stew the turkey. Now this is the remaining tomato stew. So what I did here was just to scoop um one part of it again. So like I kind of divided it into two again. I kept the half of it for the rice, and then this one in the pot I'm going to use it to stew the turkey. So because I didn't add any seasoning to this tomato stew when I was frying it, I just added some seasoning cube, added some pepper, just simmer for some minutes. Next I added my turkey and just mixed everything together. Those turkey wings, they go so well with this jollof rice. If you want to go an extra mile, you can just garnish it more with some traffic lights, bell peppers, or some bay leaves. No, I mean some spring onion. Yeah, just slice some spring onion and just throw in, just to beautify it and make it look more appetizing. At this stage I was just sitting down, resting, just waiting for my rice to finish cooking. So now it's time to take a look at the rice and see how beautiful it is. So this was after 20 minutes. So the next thing is just to stir the rice well. You need to steam the rice and stir it every 15 to 20 minutes for like 2 to 3 times. Okay, so that's how you cook this rice. It's like basically steaming. It is not soft now. You don't even expect it to be soft at this stage. It is just what you need to do. Just even though there's no water in it, don't worry, okay? Don't worry. And please let me just tell you the truth. This rice must burn, okay? Like it must burn. It is a must because there's no water in it. There is no water. So just expect the bottom to be burnt, and this is even a good thing because it is going to give us this burnt smoky patty jollof rice. So that is the reason. So here I added the tomato stew that I scooped out. I added it now and stirred everything together. So the reason for adding this tomato stew now is to help this rice to be very tasty. Just imagine that when you are eating white rice and stew and you packed a lot of stew inside the white rice, how yummy it normally tastes. That is the same mechanism we are trying to achieve by adding the stew at this stage. So it's going to just help the rice to be very tasty. Just be as if you pack too much stew inside the rice. So just add in the stew, stir everything together again. Just make sure you give it a very good stir, then cover it back with your foil paper and let it steam more for 15 to 20 minutes. So at this stage I also added the sliced fresh tomatoes and onion. I know that a lot of people don't like onions, especially raw onions, like seeing raw onions in their food. They don't like it. So just know that this step is completely optional. It is 100% optional. If you don't like it, please just skip it. Okay, I know a lot of people won't like it. Like my auntie, she doesn't like onion. She'll be like, "Hey, Ada, you will no mancha rice. I will palo onions. Maybe yeah." Yeah, I'm going to translate that. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what that means in Igbo. Okay, but she doesn't like onions, so for her, I just spoiled the whole rice by adding onions. So please just feel free to omit that. Okay, so this was after another 15 to 20 minutes. The rice is very soft now. Just look at it, see how very soft it is now. So the rice is basically ready. It is ready. Okay, so guys, this is this pat smoky pat popping hot jollof rice. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. I think if you follow this method, oh my god, you are going to get a perfect patted jollof rice. Like after watching this video, you still can't like boast of making the proper Nigerian patted jollof rice. You need to go for deliverance. It's some village people that is holding you from cooking this patted jollof rice. But seriously, if you follow this recipe, trust me, you are gonna get the perfect patted jollof rice. And this is our peppered. I should call this stewed turkey. It's no longer peppered turkey, but this is it. Everything is ready. Please, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.